Okay, so this is my new light. It's the Ultra Tow light, magnetic, remote controlled, swivels on a base. It's 4800 lumens. It's handy because I can get my bed. If I'm backing up a trailer, I can adjust and move it toward my trailer. And that house over there is several hundred yards away. You can see those are some pretty dense woods down there, and it shines pretty good on them. I'll bring it over here. You can't see very well, but there are some trees over there that it's shining on. If I can get it to adjust just right. It's hard to fine tune with this thing. There we go. If you look, you can barely tell it's shining on those trees way over there. It does swivel 360 degrees this way. You can see the beam. Let me bring it back down. You can see the beam on it. Anyway, it swivels 360 degrees that way. It's very bright. Swivels 360 degrees this way. It's fixing to blind us here, so I keep it aimed up a little bit. It's not the fastest, but it does pretty good. Don't need it too fast. And then the best part is if I'm working on the side of the road in the daylight, I can, not in the dark, but I can aim it back at oncoming cars and hit that button. And it's instant emergency lighting. Aim it at oncoming cars. If it's dark, you know, I'll aim it down something like that, so it's not blinding people. But yeah, I usually, to keep mine stored, let me turn that off. To keep mine stored, I aim it at the center of my tailgate and then just roll it around where it's straight down. Keeps rocks and stuff from hitting it. But the remote, let me swing it over here so we can look at the remote. The remote on it, it's pretty simple. You have an on-off button right here. It's got a little green indicator light to tell you hit a button. This is your up and your down, your right and your left. It will take a little bit of getting used to though because of the directions on it. Like, let me show you here. So the light's up there, standing behind it. If you hit this button, it swivels around that way. So it takes a little bit of getting used to with the directions. And this button in the middle here is your flash. My dog is barking at something. I should swing it over there and look at that. Anyway, it's very simple. Like I said, to put mine up, I aim it at the center of the tailgate, roll it down, keeps it safe. It does have onboard controls up here. If you can see them out there. But since they're on the front, they're not all that easy to deal with. But it has all your functions are right there on the base. So if you're outside your truck in the bed or something and you're working and you need light, you don't want to go back to the cab and get the remote. I like it. I was wanting light bars whenever I get a flatbed truck or a truck that I'm going to be hauling with. I wanted light bars so that I could see. My complaint's always been backing up a trailer at night. You cannot see cargo lights, especially on my truck. I'll show you. It's only bright enough to barely illuminate the bed. It's not enough. Reverse lights aren't enough. Can't see in the dark when you're trying to back up a trailer or work under your bed. So I was wanting light bars that I could mount one, you know, back here across this back of the cab. But I went with this. I'm glad I did because I can get light anywhere I need it. It's super bright. The moon's out tonight, and so it's already pretty bright out here. But that's amazing. That tree over there is very well lit up, and it's probably 300-400 yards away at least. and so handy. One thing I will say is on this remote, let me pull this cover off. Obviously it's not going to hit all of your bed because it's the place it's mounted. Looks like I put the, uh-oh, I'm hitting buttons here. Go back up. Trying to do this with one hand. I put the cover in this thing backwards, so it's a pain to get out. Buttons again. Okay. This is not a common battery, and I did not realize that it did not come with a battery till I got it home. So otherwise I would have started when I bought it and just gone right around the corner from the northern store and gone to Batteries Plus Bulbs and got one. There's the battery number on it. It's a weird size. As you can see, my hand, my hands are pretty big, but it's about as big around as a AA, but it's much shorter. But I went into Batteries Plus Bulbs, showed it, popped the back on it, said I need one of these. He walked over, grabbed one, stuck it in, and I said, well, let me have an extra one. But the remote's very handy. Let me make sure I put this cover back in the right way this time. But anyway, you will be pleased with it. One thing I did notice though on the light is I've had it a few days, haven't used it that much, but the buttons on the base are getting a little bit stiff. No big deal. I don't use them that often. And the wiring on it, you can see right here. Let me show you how I wired it up. If you can see, I don't know if you can or not, if you can see the way I wired it up, the end, it's a very short cord, it just comes to right here. And I just put connectors on there, taped it up, and ran my wires, 2 wires up in between my glass and the frame of the truck. Ran it all the way down, to the bottom of the glass, and ran my ground cable down underneath the truck to the frame, and then my power cord, I just went straight to the battery on it. I didn't worry about putting a switch or anything in the cab. But it's got 6 LED lights, it's very bright. It's as bright as a light bar, but the thing is, you can move it. And that's the thing about a light bar, is it's going to be stationary. So that's my review. It turned out to be a little bit longer than I had wanted it, but those are things that I noticed about the light. It does have a handle on top, so if you were to put connectors on it, you could pull it off if you wanted to. I have it, it's on my truck magnetically right now. However, I'm looking at getting another truck. If I get one, it'll be a 1-ton instead of this little 1/2-ton. If I get another truck, I'll probably put a headache rack on it. If it has a flatbed, it'll obviously probably most likely come with one on it anyway. But I'll make a bracket to put on the headache rack that I can bolt it on instead of magnetic, because the magnet is very strong. However, it's not going to be strong enough to keep somebody from just coming up and cutting the wires and grabbing it. So I don't want that to happen, because it's a very expensive light, but it is worth it to me. So that's what I have to say about it. It's the Ultra Tow 4800 lumen, just magnetic base light, and like I said, it has flash feature. It's SOS flash, but it's good for basically anything that you need to alert anybody about, being on the side of the road or anything like that. So, alright, that's what I had to say. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, whatever you want to do. Just don't hate. Thanks. Bye.